Hey, Andrew.
Hey, Vangie.
What's happening on the Big Phat Pod?
Well, today we're talking about track 9 off the new Phat Band album, 25 Years of Fatness. The track is called Glitch in the Simulation.
Yes, it's so good. You're going to love it.
Cannot compute.
The spirit of the Big Phat Band continues. Welcome to the Big Phat Pod with hosts Vangie Gunn-Goodwin and Andrew Kesler.
Hi, everybody. My name is Vangie Gunn-Goodwin. I am the wife of the amazing Gordon Goodwin, leader of Gordon Goodwin's Big Phat Band, session singer, vocal contractor, and I love to sleep in.
As do I. Hello, my name is Andrew Kesler. I'm an arranger, orchestrator, and music producer from Canada, now living in Los Angeles.
Yay!
And yeah, sleeping in is the best, especially after a late night of
Like
writing.
this.
Or like this.
You know, every single podcast when you say now living in LA, I go, yay!
It's like, oh, you just got here again.
I'm so glad. Yeah. Okay, so our chit chat at the beginning is going to be a little different, okay? Let's get to know Andrew and myself in a different way.
Yes.
All right, Andrew, what's your favorite color?
It's got to be turquoise.
Okay, we are related.
Yeah.
Same. Turquoise, aqua,
Yeah,
light blue.
aquamarine.
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
goodness, that's weird. Okay. All right, what's your favorite cookie?
I'm a sucker for a double stuffed Oreo.
Okay, this is where we differ.
Oh, okay.
I am like a salted caramel girl.
Well, I like that too.
Okay.
But yeah, fair enough.
If I'm going to spend the calories. Okay. Now here, back to subject. What's your favorite Gordon tune? Ew.
I mean,
hard.
it's hard. It's hard to choose, but the answer came up right away, and that is the Gordian knot.
Oh, yeah.
I just absolutely love it. And I remember when I first heard it, I ended up being, because I'm just a fanboy of Gordon, when he released that song, especially the score of it, like a nice
Right.
printed, binded, everything.
We'll send a picture of that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I just bought one of those. I have to have this because it really brought out some of my favorite isms that come from John Williams.
Yeah.
There's a lot of "Catch Me If You Can"
Yes.
in that
Yes.
score, which is one of the best film scores ever and just musical compositions. But of course, Gordon is doing his own thing with it. It's just so crazy how Gordon can shift from all these different styles and not just fake it, be like, oh yeah, it's a little bit of like some Latin Mambo Kings or something. No,
Right.
he can actually like convince you
do
that
it.
that
Right.
it works. And it's through composed. It's just so. I just don't know what else to say. That's my favorite song.
Yeah. And I'm kind of sad. I feel like that album got lost because of COVID.
Yeah, that's right.
It really did. Because it is a masterpiece album.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go get it, you guys. It's really, really good.
The variety on it is
Yeah.
insane. But
Yeah.
yeah, my favorite album and favorite song. How about you?
Ironically, my favorite song is on that album as well. It's Lost in Thought.
Yes.
Yeah. And I mean, again, this album, the new album, I have a million favorites, but Lost in Thought, again, Gordon did a soprano sax solo that is just, it just speaks, and it's sexy and it's melodic and it fits the tune, But also, we did a vocal arrangement of it, and that's going to be coming out on my album in about a year. And it's with
Fantastic.
Take Six. Yeah, so
The Kings.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Pretty great. So there it is. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. So let's move on into the song of the show. And we're talking about Glitch in the Simulation.
Glitch in the Simulation.
You've done that a few times.
Well, I did that on the intro. It worked, yeah.
It's so good. So this song is the first song that we've done live with tracks. Because this was kind of the first song that Gordon took the band into a little bit more of a modern sound by using more of these programmed, sequency, kind of edgy,
Synths and
synthy things,
drum loops and all
Right.
that kind of stuff. And
Right.
like how was that something that was like, all right, let's do it, or was there any pushback to like doing something different like that?
They didn't push back, but I think it was a surprise.
Yeah.
Because it was like, Oh, I mean, they're used to playing with tracks or clicks at sessions and other things, but not with the Phat Band.
Yeah.
You know? And again, Phat Band is accurate and consistent and all of that, but there's still a little bit of a looseness live, but not with tracks.
Yeah, it changes how you're supposed to react because
Correct.
in a way you do kind of have like this guide that you do need to adhere to,
Right.
or else, you know, if it goes off the rails,
Correct.
then, you know, it's a bit dicey.
Correct. And the thing is, because the guys are all session players, it wasn't a big adjustment for them.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, they don't all have the click in their ear, only Ray. So the onus is really on Ray.
Right.
Which I feel for him. Because now with the new album, we've added like 6 songs with tracks. Oh my goodness. Poor Ray. Our last concert, I saw him afterwards. I'm like, how you doing? He's like, oh, this was hard. And I'm like, you are a monster.
Yeah.
You know, but it really is on Ray to keep us on it, and it's important.
I don't envy being in that position.
Yeah.
He carries it wonderfully,
Yeah.
and it is cool from the audience perspective to hear some of this sweetening stuff and some of these elements
Yeah.
that can't be done acoustically.
Correct.
And you know, it's just a bit of a different mindset of someone who's played a lot of live gigs to tracks. It's, you know, I generally prefer not to, but for some songs it's like, well, then it doesn't sound like the
Right.
song, you
Right.
know. So there's a,
Yeah.
you know, it's just different if it's like sometimes I've had to play gigs with tracks where it's like literally everything in the rhythm section is done to track and you're like playing over it. Again, it's just
Right.
kind of like there's no space for
Right,
me.
right.
So, but
well, and so that's the thing. So Gordon wanted to take the band to the next level and use tracks on a few songs. We have a lot of video components before his passing. We started having those title cards in each of our songs. But he also wanted to make sure that the guys would still keep it with a live feel, even though we have tracks.
Yeah.
So, and the tracks aren't everything. It's mostly just percussion, some percussion, and the keyboard stuff.
yeah, just some sweetener stuff.
Sweeteners.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, on other songs, there's vocals. But yeah, it works. It's working out great. And it's been a lot of fun. I love, okay, so you got to play the opening, and we
Okay.
got to talk about the instrumentation.
Yes, you got it. All right. Just making sure.
This. Okay, so stop it for a second. So that's keyboard, piccolo,
Yep.
and guitar.
And bass clarinet.
And bass clarinet. Yes, thank
yes.
you. And I remember this was the one I asked him. I'm like, why did you pick those instruments? And he had a really deep answer, but it was basically where they all land the best in their octaves and
Yeah.
they just blend together well.
Well, it's just unique. I don't think I've heard, to my recollection, that used on a Phat Band
Right.
record before.
Right.
You know.
I love it. It's so unique, so different. And it's fun to watch the guys too, because Anibal plays the piccolo. And he gets up there really close to the mic, you know, and then Andy's playing this and Gordon's playing, you know, so it's really unique.
Yeah, and it's fun because everything about it is also so, it feels very modern and edgy right off the bat, but then you're adding piccolo and bass clarinet,
Right.
which are not necessarily
Not edgy.
what you gravitate to. I mean, they can
Right.
be played edgy, and as proof
Right.
in this, and this kind of I mean, to me, I hear Zappa.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I hear like Inca Roads or, you know, even Black Page, you know, like hints of this, like these melodies that are like, what?
That's cool.
Yeah, which you know, just but it works. It's like you can get down with it, and then here let's just
Yeah,
play a little
keep
bit
going.
more.
Here we go. Now there's that melody with the saxophones. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we're good.
It's kind of like it is kind of funk. It's kind of bluesy. Like the melody's hinting to that, but it's also very disjointed and angular.
Right.
So it's like not purely funk in a
Right.
way. It's I don't know, a bit avant-garde or
Yeah.
something.
Let's play that section where Gordon changes chords on every beat.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen to the bass. Anyway,
they're chorded. It makes sense somehow in that. Also, I haven't said this yet, but there is a specific keyboard patch that Gordon uses that I don't think anyone else uses, and he's the only one that can make it work. Because with anyone else playing it, I would hate it.
Interesting.
But it's just, I think it's like a Yamaha motif, electric.
It is.
One of their pianos, which is not sounding like a real Rhodes, but it kind of works for what Gordon does.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because he didn't want to go all the way to the Michael McDonald pingy Rhodes. He needed it still his own thing, not like a piano.
Yeah, exactly. It's just the tone of it is like, when I hear that, it's like, this is a Gordon. Like, that's actually a very signature thing when I hear it.
That's
cool.
Oh
yeah, which is pretty fun.
I love that. Well, and then we have the outstanding solo by Danny Kaneyuki again on soprano sax. Lucky guy, 2 solos on this album.
Yeah.
But he tears it up. So I'm excited to talk to him. And then we're going to talk to Ray a little bit about holding it down with these tracks.
And giving it up.
The band, the huge band that's loud. I'll look at him sometimes because he plays with the track on my songs too. And I'll look back at him and go, can you hear okay? Can you hear the click? And he's like, yeah, I got it. And I'm just like, okay. But he does every time.
He's a pro. What can you say?
He is amazing. He's amazing. So, all right, let's take it off with Danny.
All right.
Here we go.
Buckle up.
Big stories, big music, big personalities. This is the Big Phat Pod.
Ladies and gentlemen, one man, one reed. No double reeds here. Those are forbidden in the Phat Band. Just single reeds.
That's right.
Dan Kaneyuki.
What?
Sax extraordinaire.
Yes.
We're talking glitch in the simulation.
You didn't do your thing.
A glitch in the simulation.
That's your thing?
It is his thing.
It's my thing now. That's what this podcast will always have as a memory of me doing this meme.
Yeah, so now anytime I introduce a song, I'm going to be glitching. No, I will not do that. Don't worry, I will not. I think the audience will run out screaming if I do that. Oh, my goodness. All right. Hi, Danny. How
Hi.
you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm so glad you're here. I'm doing good.
Good.
This is so fun being able to chat with you guys.
It's amazing.
So, all right, let's just dive in. This is the first song Phat Band did with tracks live. And I know live-wise, the solos kind of roamed around different soloists. But Gordon chose you for the album. Yay.
Wow. Feel honored.
It's a huge honor.
On
And
soprano.
on soprano saxophone, which is actually my favorite saxophone.
Really? Okay.
Anytime Gordon chose a saxophone, I was like, play soprano, please.
Well, Gordon sounded awesome on soprano.
did.
He had an amazing sound.
His solos on all the songs he did just,
Oh, yeah.
I know, I love them.
What percentage are you doing like alto versus soprano usually on a Phat band gig?
There's a lot of soprano. He wrote a lot on soprano. So, I mean, maybe if we do like 10 songs, I'm doing at least 3 or 4 on soprano.
Okay.
Cool.
Depending on the set, you
Right.
know. There's some sets where I remember there was one set where I didn't touch the alto for like half the concert. And I was like, soprano hurts your face after a while because it's a little, it's a little smaller. So I remember being like, oh my God, why does my face hurt?
Interesting.
But yeah, lots of soprano.
He just had high expectations on you guys.
Yeah.
All right, let's listen.
Sure.
So I mean, that's a bit of like a genre type solo, I would say. Like it's because of the style of it.
Sure. That's another tricky one to blow over, honestly, because it's just endless dominant chords, and you can kind of do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And I think the first time I heard Brian do it, I was like, oh,
Right.
I should lean into that, and that kind of helped me go that direction that I did go. 'Cause hearing Brian do it a few times live was kind of cool. But yeah, it's definitely, I don't know, that song was tricky for me, but I think it got there.
I think your choices were fantastic. Towards the end, I love the scream, the high note scream. And again, reminiscent of the choices I make in my licks. You got to do those high notes with the little grit in them. And the audience just goes, ah. And then you kind of come down. The end of the solo was almost sweet.
Yeah, because I try to think about the sections of the songs and where we're coming from and where we're going to. I was like, well, it doesn't end like, it comes into this kind of gentle section, if you can call anything in this tune gentle, but it does, it's kind of, it's a little, like you said, a sweet section. So it needed to go that way. And then also, there's such different sections in this tune. The first part is so glitchy, like the tune itself. But then when we get to the solo, I was like, he's trying to step away from that for a moment. And so I tried really hard not to. I was like, no, he's got plenty of robotic kind of things happening on the front end and the back end. I don't need to do that necessarily. I can play a little bit of that, but it can be.
You stepped outside very plenty, but tastefully.
Yeah. It didn't need to be just heavy chops and kind of craziness. You need a break from the glitch, maybe.
Well, and it's nice. So you put a line over it. Yeah. Which it needed. Everything else is still glitch in the simulation, still the chord changes consistently and the aggressive rhythm. And then you have your solo just kind of smoothed over it, and with an occasional little and then back to it,
A little growl now and
then.
Just,
exactly.
Yeah, just a little bit. I had to channel a little Eric,
Exactly.
I always,
you totally did.
It's hard to not channel Eric, and you sit there and you're like, oh, here comes the solo. I was like, yeah, you just go to Eric,
You do.
I think a lot of people
especially
would.
on like an Oakland stroke type thing with dominant chords and just just trucking along. It's like there is a bit of an expectation to do some of the stuff.
Yeah,
and it sounds great.
I listened to Eric for too many years to not use all the stuff I learned from him.
Good. Well, we like that.
So I know you primarily when we do gigs together, usually on tenor, but in this band you're playing soprano and alto. I know you play Barry as well and everything. Any kind of real noticeable differences when you're kind of approaching the horn? Is the one you feel most comfortable on, or do you just like shape shifting?
I do like that I move around because I do get bored of a certain sound in my head or in my ear or whatever. But I mean, I think if I'm at home and I pick up a horn, it's going to be tenor.
Okay.
If I'm being honest.
Tenor.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
But I kind of, over the years, I do play a lot of alto these days. For whatever reason, that's what people hire me for, more alto than tenor. Not by a lot, but definitely kind of shifted that way.
Right.
Who knows why?
Well, it's kind of like the rule of, when you get a call and for vocalists and they say, "Can you sing alto?" I go, "Yes." And I'm a first soprano.
Yeah, exactly.
How low do I have to sing? That's the question. If it's an F below middle C or lower, I'm not your girl.
The last session I sang on, I sang bass 1.
Oh my goodness.
Which I'm not a bass, but thankfully it was like maybe an A.
Okay.
Which is just so bad. Like, we just need another voice there. I'm like, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Not really, but
Exactly.
I gotcha.
I know. Goodness.
And how about some of your influences on the different horns?
Well, Eric was a huge influence for me growing up, so I can't not say Eric. Pete Kersley was a huge influence because I grew up around LA my whole life, so I listened to Pete growing up all the time. Huge influence on me outside of like the regular Train and Sonny and all the regular guys, but like Pete Kersley was a massive influence for me. Probably my biggest influence.
Wow.
On any horn whatsoever.
Wow. That's great. Well, Danny, you are a real asset to the Phat Band, and we're so glad you're with us.
Well, thanks for having me.
And plus, you're just kind of a fun hang, too, so.
I'll take it.
He is. I mean, yeah, you are. Yeah.
He is. All right. Okay, I will see you at the next gig.
Sounds great.
Have a good night.
You too.
The legacy continues on the Big Phat Pod.
Okay. All right, here
I've
we
never
go.
seen him so excited.
I love
I've never seen him
Favorite.
before, that's why.
Yeah.
I love glitch.
You're learning quick.
You better say that. Okay.
We're pretty slow up in Canada, eh?
I love glitch.
All right, we are back, and you just caught all of that chit chat, which I'm keeping in.
Yeah.
We are back with half of our saxophone section. We got Brett, Anibal, and Jay, and so happy you guys came back again to talk about this song, "Glitch in the Simulation." I literally almost said "Glitch in the Matrix." Oh.
Glitch in the simulation.
It's a thing. He started it. We have to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone has to do it on stage now. You
Oh,
know.
brother.
Yeah.
That's going to be me. Great.
You're the one with
I
the vocal.
love glitch
There's your guy right
so
there.
much.
Okay.
Perfect. I'm glad to contribute to the legacy
Yes.
in some small way.
So this is our first song we did live with tracks. Started this a couple years ago now, I think. And Gordon, I didn't realize he was heading in this direction of actually trying to start playing with tracks. So I was pretty excited because I knew that would open up the world for me with vocals. But anyway, it's been great, different, this one, but really great. And we want to focus on this opening section. So you want to play it really quick?
Yes.
Yeah, Brett.
Yeah, Brett.
So it's,
Brett.
yeah, it's kind of like it's like a blues with a mixture of whole tone and chromatic, all the tasty stuff. Where it's like, yeah,
Stir.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Yes. It's honest. Before we dive into it, I love watching when we're listening to the recording, and those of you who played on it, your faces. Everybody has the same face where you're like, "Am I doing okay?" I remember. I get it. I do the same thing with every vocal song where I'm like, okay. So anyway, let's talk about this. What a weird combination of instruments to start a song. Who wants to go further in that?
Oh, well,
We have
since we
two
played
volunteers.
it together, I guess us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
that sounds
Anibal
right.
played it live. Wasn't on the day of this recording. Brett actually played this
The
recording,
recording,
and it's really great. And then Jay, of course, played it.
and that's you're on
So-
piccolo,
I'm on piccolo
Yeah.
at the top.
Bass
bass
clarinet.
clarinet.
All right. So, how about it?
I mentioned on a different episode
Be
about how
honest.
Gordon wrote for each individual instrument in the woodwind section so well. This intro is so exposed.
Right.
So, first of all, it was an honor to play on the session where Gordon trusted me with this part.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, this was the last song we recorded at the end of the day, and Jay watched me stress out about this
What do you mean?
one.
Brett watched Jay stress out.
Where, as a woodwind player, I my face is freshest on flute, the first song of the day, and I wasn't gonna say anything, but every little break, I'm trying to play the quietest note I can on piccolo in the second register, just worrying that I'm gonna crack a note or something, and and everybody's getting in the room, and I'm gonna just have to do it over and over and over again, freaking out.
Join the list.
And I think Jay, we gave up our last break to cut this while everybody else could be out of the room and run it through.
Smart.
And I actually think we only did 2 or 3 takes,
If that.
if that. And something that works with this so well is the second register of the piccolo is so weak, but there's almost nothing else happening. Where the only instrument's playing, and I'm supported with Jay down on the bass clarinet, which is such a unique orchestration choice. And Gordon had the musical intuition and creativity to think of this. It reminds me of a Percy Grainger duet.
Wow.
You know what I'm talking
Now
about?
that you said that.
Which has they're in canon between the piccolo and the bass clarinet and bassoons.
Okay.
That's kind of where my mind goes with it, but
Yeah.
it's so unique, and the piccolo can be heard clearly, whereas if we had more other instruments happening at the same time, it wouldn't have been able to be heard so
Right.
clearly.
And you're the only one anywhere near that range. Well, I guess the right hand of the keys is kind of there too with the Rhodes
Right.
sound as
The
well.
Rhodes.
Oh, well, you cut, dude. Yeah,
You did.
Totally. Listen.
But
coming
then
through.
the foundation.
The
I
foundation.
mean, come on.
OG.
Well, I've got a funny story about it too. So the first time the band played it was, I think I missed 3 gigs in a row, and Adam Schroeder and Tim McKay and what's his name, Andrew, all
Right.
played it, and these guys are texting me going, "You got to shed this." I'm like, well, I was
Interesting.
planning to anyway. And they're like, no, you have to shed this. So the first time I played it, I showed up early, and Gordon had sent me the part,
Right.
which is
Thank God. Huh? You're one of the few. Most people say he forgot to send me. that.
Well, he did. He must have said, "Yeah, Jay needs to look at this." So I did, and I had the same reaction you did. It's like, wow, this is really unique. Hearing it for the first time live, and since Brett got to nerd out earlier, I'll nerd out.
Please do.
So bass clarinet, all clarinets have this thing called the break.
Right.
Where you go across and you have these funny keys called the throat tones that you have to play. And it's almost like he forgot that that's hard.
I don't think he forgot. I think
Well,
he's sort of like, I don't care. I
yeah,
want
Jay
it to
can do
happen.
it.
Jay can
Yeah,
do it.
Jay can
That's
do
the
it.
I'm not
reaction.
gonna
Jay's
adjust-
going, I don't know if I can do
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
I'm not going to adjust the singable melody.
Exactly.
So it lays in kind of a funny spot on the instrument. And so these guys are going to kill me, but it kind of makes it fun.
Oh, I love that.
I look forward to playing at every gig, because you sit there like,
Good.
here it comes.
Yeah.
And then he just nailed it. I mean, it was
Yeah.
I remember looking over at you just going, yeah,
Yeah.
this was great. So
And every
you go.
time live, it's really dynamic because
Yeah.
that opening is so unique. I think guitar's on it as well, right?
Yeah, guitar and keys are with
Guitar, keys, piccolo, and bass. You know, it's like, okay. And then everybody slams in and it
Right.
gets super funky.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. The audience response is great. You know, at first they're like, huh? And then it kind of grooves. So I love it.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
a very interesting compositional choice. So, speaking of the studio and cutting this stuff, so that's a wise thing you did when they're taking a break. Hey, let's just do this for fewer eyes, because otherwise. But you don't record all at once, right? Or you kind of do sections.
I think we did this entire solely top to the
I think
bottom.
so.
And I
No?
don't remember
Yeah.
punching.
No, I
Maybe.
mean kind of in general with like a whole.
Oh,
whole-
no, they do.
whole-
They generally do the whole song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been doing this a little longer than these guys. I can't recall a session where, we would stop if it wasn't going
Right.
the
Right.
way we all wanted. And usually if Gordon was kind of getting that look on his face, he didn't have to stop us. We're
Yeah,
all
you-
just, okay, we need to do this again. But we would always try to get one good take straight through.
Right.
And, that usually happened surprisingly fast.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. I don't think we did anything but straight takes on this.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so glad you recorded it.
I'm remembering now the Christmas record that we did at Capitol.
Right.
And I think you guys did 2 takes of each of our 2 songs.
That's right.
With accent. And then, but after the second take, I know Wayne and some of the other guys would come into the studio, come into the control room and listen to be like, what do we need to punch? What do we need to
Right.
grab?
That's how
What
it
could
is.
be slightly better? And then they just go and nail it, and then you guys are done. And you also did Summertime and Incredibles in that session as well.
That's right.
Which was, I was there filming, and I did the video for those 2. And for the Incredibles, I caught that moment where you guys did that one epic kind of unison lick. Which was, at that point, Gordon said it was the hardest thing he'd ever written.
Yeah.
For
He
the
said
band.
the word hardest. What?
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
He might, yeah, okay.
No, he
yeah,
did.
Yeah, okay.
He really did. Yeah, he knew it.
He never said that to us, so that's good.
Yeah, he didn't want you guys to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But it
Well,
turned out great.
you guys, Anibal, how you doing over there?
Oh, I'm
Good?
doing great. Yeah. Glitch. Let's go. Yeah. I mean, it's a tough tune, but, we played the alto 2 chair quite a bit.
Right.
And live is a little, I think I can tag along what Brett is saying, because we start the show on clarinet, then we go to alto, and then there's flute, and then you get to glitch, and now there's piccolo, back to alto. And harder for me than the piccolo part is the flute part in glitch.
Yes. The later in the chart, there's a large soli.
It's a whole page.
It's a whole
yeah.
page.
Right.
And flute plays the lead voice the entire time.
Right.
And the other parts get breaks.
Yeah.
I think flute and fourth trumpet and guitar might be the only ones that have to play the entire
Right.
time. But fourth trumpet gets to now go down section
Right.
later as Gordon expands the orchestration. But we're the top voice the entire time.
Well, now you know how Wayne feels.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I think like it's I mean, I'm sitting next to the only guys I would probably ever choose to sub that chair for.
Wow.
Counting Sal as well, right? But not everyone can do so many different woodwinds so well like these guys.
Yeah.
Like flute, piccolo, clarinet,
Yeah.
like double reeds.
Yeah, yeah.
I would never. So props to you.
You said I was crazy.
Yeah, you are crazy.
It was like you and Dan Higgins, maybe, are
Yeah.
the only guys. Yeah.
But then the scary part is you go to the studio and they don't mess up.
Right.
And to me, like, as soon as you sit down and like we're playing like sing song, right? And I'm playing it and it's like no one's messing up. And we did like a full take and I'm still like, we're gonna do take 2 and they're still not messing. I'm hoping someone makes a mistake. So it's something I was not used to with a big band specifically. It was quite impressive.
In recording.
In recording,
Right.
because live is it's
Live is
it's
live.
live, it's whatever, right? But then it translated equally as good to the studio, and I was honestly like not ready for that.
Wow.
And I had the same thing. Like we went hard all day, and then at the end of the day, Gordon's like, "All right, now you're gonna do the alto flute part," and I can barely like play it at that point. Like my lips are swollen, I'm done.
Right.
But I did like 2 runs of it.
Right.
And he
were
came
great.
out, but more than that, it's just like how supportive he was, and
Yeah.
he took the time like to talk to me, reassure that it was all right, and then share some stories of why he doesn't play clarinet. You know, but it was such a humble, kind thing to do because
Yeah.
it was not needed.
Right.
You know, but he cared, you know, about everyone.
Yeah.
And I think the recording, you know, is such a.
Yeah.
I think we were as passionate as we could
Yeah.
to make it good for you guys.
Yeah.
And just the fact that it turned out to be what it is now after all the stuff that happened, like they've been saying it, like it's an honor to be now part of that legacy, especially like that last album.
Yeah.
Like I never thought I would play, you know, with musicians with such high caliber, with you as well. You know, it's just like more I have to think about it, you know, the more I have to pinch myself. I definitely take it for granted, and I took it for granted while I work with him.
Right.
And it's after the fact now that I have even more of an appreciation for it,
Yeah.
you know?
So, you know, he was sick during the recording, and we didn't know it. We just thought he was battling some digestive issues.
Kind of amazing when you think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and his last concert was at Levitt Pavilion.
Right.
Who was on that? Yeah.
You were there,
I was
right?
there.
Yeah.
And remember, he didn't come to soundcheck because he
Right.
wasn't feeling good. And we thought he had a virus, and he Ubered in for the gig and just sat backstage. And right before the concert, he stood up and then walked on stage, and it was supernatural. His energy was there. He was focused the whole concert.
Yeah.
And then it was about less than a week later that we got the news. Yeah. So the fact that we got through this recording is a gift.
Glad you pushed through it to make it,
Yeah.
that you both pushed, because I know it was like tricky
It was
to schedule it. We
Oh.
went back and forth.
idiotic to
When-
try to schedule it.
Yeah, when you think about it, it was just meant to be.
It
and,
was
and
meant
it worked
to
out
be.
that we could both do a day for each,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
They're
amazing.
the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
great.
Well, you guys, thank you again for coming in and talking about this. Again, you are all so valued and loved and needed. And plus, you're just fun.
Well, that's the word you'd use? Okay.
I
Yeah.
was kind of crazy. Yeah, but I'll see you guys at the next gig.
Yeah.
All
Sounds
right.
good.
Have a
Thank
good
you, guys.
one. Thank you
Yeah.
guys.
Thanks, Vangie.
Rock, paper, scissors.
All right.
Hey, we got a brand new tune to play for you, and we're going to record it on our new 25th anniversary record very soon. Tonight, we're going to feature Danny Kaneyuki on the soprano sax. This is called A Glitch in the Simulation.
are here with a very good friend of mine, another guy I call my son. I'm so lucky.
You have so many
I have
kids.
so many kids. And I mean, I have a sweet story to tell about you, Ryan. But first, let me introduce you. This is Ryan Mowrey. Woo! Yes, Ryan is our sound guy, our tech guy. What title do you like?
Primarily front of house engineer, but I'm also okay if we're calling me technical director because I'm kind of managing a lot of various things now.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah.
Technical director, sound, front of house. But you also run our monitors too.
Right, that's also true. Yeah, so audio
You do it
engineer, I don't know. Yeah.
Audio engineer.
Whatever technical things need to happen.
You
Before
do it.
and during the show, I facilitate or am mixing the band.
The most A1 of A1s.
There we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And Ryan has the greatest attitude of any sound guy I have ever worked with in my entire life.
Thank you.
And I'm old. So, that's awesome. But I do my sweet story, and then I'm going to let you guys roll. When we were in Australia, which we should talk about, there were like 6,000, 7,000 kids, and I was doing a vocal workshop. We were all a little bit fatigued, but I had a bunch of kids circling me, which was great. No biggie. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I felt a presence. And I looked back, and there was Ryan just kind of standing there. And I was like, hey, just sort of like, whatever. And he's like, hey. And he was just standing there. And what I realized, because you've done it multiple times since, he's always just watching out for me. Always. Every gig we go on, especially now since Gordon has passed, Ryan is just, I don't even know. You're just a presence with me. And
thank you.
It means so much to me to know that I'm not alone.
Thank you.
That's huge.
Exactly. It was all. That particular moment, I was like, oh, you're just being surrounded by a lot of kids, and the band, everyone just finished, so let me make sure you're good. You don't need an escort out, or, you get overwhelmed and you need to leave.
Like,
I don't know, any of that. But the little consideration. And
thank you.
Absolutely. Like, I love you very much, and we've had an amazing journey. So
I love you too. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Oh, goodness. Okay. You guys go.
Well,
Let me
that's just
recover.
amazing. But that is an amazing kind of quality and temperament to have, because you're somebody who is serving the music. You're serving other people. Ideally, you get a shout out at, near the end of the show, but you're not doing it for that. And you're very much, instead of just, I need to do this to make, I have a certain way of working it. No, you're having to adjust to what different people want to hear, to different venues. And you're constantly in a position of, here's the goal. Here are all the obstacles. I will find the way to it, which is just amazing. When did you decide to do live sound? I assume you're a musician of some kind?
Yeah.
Yes.
I've been playing, recorder in 4th grade, sparked the magic, right? I was playing saxophone through middle school. And then really drums became, I think, drum set particularly. I started playing when I was 9 and was self-taught, and then I joined drumline as the drum set player and marching band and jazz ensemble. I did it all through high school.
That's what it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
All really good engineers I've worked with are drummers. They have some understanding of the drums. Because a whole show, record or live, the drums have to sound right.
Right. They do.
And if you're not a musician, maybe you're just boosting 60 hertz because you've been told to do that on a kick drum. But no, it's okay, that explains a lot then.
Well, there you go. Yeah, so, it kind of went from that into just loving music and records. And, I was a generation that grew up with my iPod and all that. So I got into the production side of things. Went to school for, recording engineering, music industry, and then was able to start my live audio engineering journey on campus as my on-campus job.
Great.
And then, once I graduated, I just kind of went all in on that. I guess I've still been producing records and have my own studio and do all that. So, it's a big part of my life, but the live aspect has been the main, professional pursuit where I'm earning my living.
Yeah, those were the opportunities kind of came in that lane. And then if they at some point shift to another side, it's okay.
Yeah, and that's where Vangie and I met as well. We started working together at Disneyland.
Yep.
So we both work with Imagination Campus where they do their educational workshops. So, I was like the recording engineer in the booth, and she would be out coaching the kids. So I think we've been doing that together since
I've been there 16
probably a decade.
years.
Yeah, I'm a little later, but probably for me it was 10 2016, 2017 when I joined the team. But
Okay.
yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, long time. Amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
we hit it off really well. And I knew right away, anytime I'd get Ryan, I'm like, okay, good. Phew.
Oh, we're hitting it
It'll
off
be
right
easy.
now.
I
This
know.
is so easy.
This is who he is.
I'm also curious. So obviously, when you're learning about, or not learning, but when you're starting your career, a lot of live stuff is a lot of pop, a lot of rock, and not saying that the Big Phat Band doesn't have those elements. It actually definitely does, which is what I think separates it from other bands. But it's kind of hard to find an engineer who has the musicality to know how to balance a big band, who knows, hey, where should the tenor tune fit?
Right.
What should the tone be? Like how to EQ so each section sounds like they're supposed to, but it comes through like. Give me some thoughts on your approach to that.
I appreciate that. I mean, the first thing really has to be that the band is incredible and the arrangements are incredible.
Right.
So that's what I'm serving, and really it makes my job easy, right? Like it's all there on the page, and it's there in Gordon's spirit and his energy. So the band's doing that, and that makes my job a million times easier. And absolutely, like I'm using my compression and my EQ, and I'm subgrouping everything and leaning into especially the rock forward kind of sound. When you listen to the big band records, the drums are slamming, everything's up front, it's all in your face. So I'm absolutely trying to deliver that sonic quality. So it does not feel like you would approach a different sleepier jazz mix. It's like I'm fully leaning into the energy, and our shows are rock shows.
They
like,
are.
we're loud and it's fun, and it's a blast. Yeah, so that is 100% part of my approach.
Are you mixing on a desk?
Oh yeah.
As opposed to like an iPad controller.
Yeah, it depends on the venue. I've done it all.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's part of the fun of one challenge I like about this gig is I have to be up to date on everything.
Right.
So the 15 most popular consoles, I've learned them all, and I have all of my console files prepared so I can show up to the venue and like get us going quickly, right? So that just keeps me well versed in everything going on in the audio world. So
yeah, the last thing you want is to show up late to a sound check because the bus broke down, and then to show up to a console you've never seen before,
Right.
And be like, guys, we only got half an hour to get sounds, and you're like, where's the on button?
Exactly right. So. Yeah,
well,
luckily
that kind of happened in Florida.
Sometimes it does happen. Sometimes it does happen, and then you're building it. Building the plane as it's all as it's going down. But we've always been able to pull it out at every show.
Every single time, the challenges that he has had to overcome. And now we've added in a lot of elements. So we first added in just the title cards, which had motion, so they weren't just stills, there was video. So we're like, okay. Then we started adding in tracks on one song, and now we do tracks on 4 songs. And now our next concert's coming up, it's tracks pretty much on every song.
Crazy. That's awesome.
So he handles QLab and all the things to make this run together. And I don't know if you guys watched an earlier episode where Ryan was sitting in here, and I referred to him because he has to take note of something that has to happen coming up here pretty soon.
Yeah.
So
we'll be putting together
I'm
the new
always
show.
tasking him on things,
But yeah, it's all good. I get to stretch out in that way too, with running the video, and we do multi-track playback as well. So, Ray drummer's on a click, and I've just got all the elements on my console as well. So like mixing Honey Wabbits at when our last gig with the San Diego Symphony at the Jacobs Hall, incredible. It just was like a beautiful space, a beautiful rig, and hearing it all come together, because I don't think the band quite they're not hearing that experience on stage. Right. But like the audience reaction, especially to the new material, was palpable. Like it was really, really cool.
It really
so
was.
yeah, very, very proud of that. And, I was able to, Gordon trusted me to build the system, design the system. And that's kind of when I really came on the team, after we kind of set up this new show flow.
Right.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. And it works, honestly, close to without a hitch. It really does.
Yeah.
Which is shocking, considering all the elements we've added in and we continue to add in. And every once in a while, I'll text him and go, "Hey, I'm thinking about this. What do you think? Is this too much?" And he's like, "Let's do it." I'm okay. Yeah. So I love his attitude about it.
Well, it's one thing to get all the technical stuff working, but to make it artistic, like you have to know the
Yes.
songs. It's not
Yeah.
just like, oh, there's a solo, I need to goose it. But I imagine you're probably doing all these little micro adjustments the whole
Yeah.
time, and using
Absolutely.
compression when you can to balance some stuff out. But
Totally. I mean, also dynamically, I really, I let the show breathe as well, and the band has its moments, and when they're leaning in full bore, it's really awesome. And then we have these really intimate, like, totally spacious moments, and it's gorgeous. So, I'm not trying to squeeze the life out of it there, but I had a thought and then I lost it.
But
so
that's okay.
apologize.
We'll come back to it because I hung around Ryan at the NAMM show this year, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Because I've only gone as a musician or with Gordon, or, and so we hit our music things. With Ryan, I got to be more aware of the techie side of things. So we looked at the in-ear stuff.
Yes, that's
and
right.
You were telling me stuff I did not even know. It was a
all good.
blast.
yeah,
all
there's a
good.
whole other side of it, which is kind of fun,
There's a whole world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really is.
And it's definitely, it's a responsibility I take seriously, and
Yeah.
I'm very honored to serve the band in this sense,
Well, let's talk about our Australia gigs.
Oh,
So
sure.
here we are
Oh,
in
my
Australia,
gosh.
Generations in Jazz,
Yeah.
a thrill, 7,000 kids. We are in a tent.
Big tent. So for me, that show, I think that was one of the craziest gigs of my whole career, because we basically step off a plane and then they chartered a private plane for a handful of us that were involved in the first night concert.
Right.
So I didn't know there was a first night concert. So, we've been in a plane 15 hours and then we get flown out to the location. It's this remote town, Mount Gambier in Australia, like
Shout out
on
Mount
the coast.
Gambier.
Yeah.
Amazing.
We
And
love our
GIJ, like
Generations in Jazz.
the students at GIJ are
love
incredible. The
them.
experience was totally amazing.
Really was. We should stop for 1 second and say, Kevin.
Kevin got the craziest.
We'll talk
yeah,
about
yeah.
it.
That'll
I've
be
heard the
another,
rumors about
another
this
thing.
one. Swirling.
All right.
But so stepping off the plane and just I basically hit the ground running, and 30 minutes after I arrived, they're like, "Oh yeah, so you're gonna mix the concert tonight, right?" And it's like their choral group and a few members of the Phat Band and like feature artists, the other feature vocalist,
Yeah.
Darren. I
Michelle.
can't remember.
Oh,
yeah,
Darren.
yes, right. So it was like, oh, I'm doing that too, and that was like I had just no information, and it's just one of those times you're just
Sorry.
like, let's do it. No, it's okay. It's not even a. This is part of the fun, and it's part of the craft. It's just what I love doing. So, I wasn't expecting to mix a crazy concert the night before the big band, the Big Phat Band, but it went off without a hitch, and it was super fun. And I remember hanging out with Anibal at the console and just showing him a little bit about what I was doing too.
Right.
And
That's cool.
but yeah, it was just like the most sleep deprived I've ever been mixing one of the biggest shows. It was
Right.
just like
That's
surreal.
how it happens, all at once.
100%. 100%.
is.
Any tips you would give to somebody who has any inkling about live sound and design and technical direction?
Yeah, if you can, it's still a great idea to go to school.
Yes.
Start dabbling. There's also a lot of production companies that will be happy if you're ready to show up and help and start learning. No ego and push road cases and run cable and all that. Like that is the way you start. And it's a long journey, but it's a really really like rewarding craft that you kind of master. And if you have the love for music, live sound, concerts, it's one of the coolest things you can do. So I would just get at it. Like just start doing it. Stop waiting. That's
Yeah.
my biggest advice.
I think another
Yeah.
thing that you are a great example of that, hopefully you can impart to younger tech-minded kids, is what is your purpose there? What's the end goal? And because sadly, a lot of sound guys we work with are just grumpy. Sorry.
Sure.
Sorry.
I mean, it is. It's like a. I think the story is starting to change. Luckily.
Oh, it is.
But definitely
Yes.
that was a thing.
Kind of apathetic and just like, oh, this is
yeah.
how we do it here.
and I know better.
Yeah.
And, right.
Yes, right. Rough
Right.
attitudes. Yeah, that's been one of my personal missions, is to be the
It's
opposite
clear.
of that and to show up. And that's one of my, those are my treasured memories, is meeting a lot of people and getting to accomplish something incredible with them. So like
Yes.
the production crew at every venue, like we're teaming up for the day, right? And it's you get one instant to show them like, hey, like we're in this together. Let's have a good time. I understand what you need. So, speaking to that quality, there is a heavy customer service aspect to it too,
Right.
Yeah.
right? And then, there's the band you're servicing, especially if you're running monitors, right? As well as the venue, and then, trying to run sound check and keep everything going smoothly. A lot of it is just person to person, and especially, I try and make a point of meeting all of the deckhands, especially like if they've been building the stage and they're moving music stands. That's hard work, right? And it's not as glorious. But I always try and meet everyone and just like thank them for the work, because it's all extremely important.
And I see that really means a lot, because it leaves a good taste in their mouth for the Phat Band.
Yeah.
So, and especially because there's 20 of us. I include him in our count, of course.
No, of course.
There are 20 of us.
You might be the most important member, at least in my book.
Yeah.
100%.
He makes or breaks it. I used to say that all the time. Be nice to your sound guy, because he will make or break you. Your mic will be on or off, depending on how you treat them.
Or just the mix. And if the music is nuanced, you need somebody who feels like they're being valued for their time. And it's just such a crazy position to be in. Because, as you say, with a live thing, you have this one moment. Or maybe you have tours, but you have these moments. They're never repeated the same way.
That's right.
I'm a studio guy, so my bringing up or upbringing as an engineer was like, I like making something that'll last forever and obsessing over these details. Live, you just got one shot, and it's a very different mindset that scares the bejesus out of me.
Yeah.
That's why I stay on stage when it's live, not behind the board.
I honestly love it that, especially, you reach levels of like emotional involvement.
Right.
With people and like crowds that, and again, I love the studio and I have like experience in that world and I love recording engineering, but particularly beautiful music. And, the shows with the Phat Band have been the most incredible shows I've worked in my life, genuinely. Like, you remember we did Oakland at Yoshi's last year. We did Bohemian Rhapsody, and just there was a woman in the crowd that literally jumped out of her seat and stopped
Rhapsody
the show.
in Blue.
What did I say?
Bohemian
I'm so sorry.
Rhapsody.
That is a huge slip. I apologize for that.
Hilarious.
Let's cut that out.
No,
I love
we're
it.
leaving it in. That was hilarious.
I can't believe I said that.
Bohemian Rhapsody in
okay.
Blue.
But no,
There we go. Rhapsody in Blue, and we finished that, and she jumps out of her seat and stops the show and turns around to the audience and goes, "Do you guys know what just happened? Do you guys know what you just witnessed?"
Yeah.
And we're all feeling it. Those moments are just surreal.
Wow.
And particularly like being behind the mixing console, I am trying to shape all those moments, right? I'm highlighting the melodies. I'm understanding the blends, trying to know like, okay, bass trombone is a little hot right now. We're gonna work that out. And it's being in the music every single moment. That's what I'm doing as a mixer, and that's my favorite part of the gig.
It's clear,
Yeah.
and you're a master at it. There's a lot of fun video that he's taken of himself mixing, and it's so cute because he's like bopping along and smiling and laughing, and just the fact that you have that overall attitude, it comes across in the product that you produce. So great job, and I'm so thankful.
Thank you.
However it happened, I'm so thankful that you're on our team and that you're with us,
me
Ryan.
too.
We couldn't do it without you.
Yeah, no,
honestly,
it's been life-changing, and just what an honor.
I would love you. Thank you for coming.
I feel like I've made a friend today.
Oh,
Hey,
heck
that's
yes.
right.
This is
Yeah.
great.
Ryan is wonderful. You need to have him as a friend.
Oh, 100%.
All right, Ryan, I'll see you. I'll see you at Disney. I'll see you on the
Yep.
gig. I'll see you all the things. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Try Make Music, proud sponsor of the Big Phat Pod.
Getting that perfect ensemble sound takes hours in the practice room.
That's why they built Make Music Cloud.
It's an interactive practice platform that actually listens to you play, giving you instant, on-screen feedback on your pitch and rhythm. Wow.
With a massive library of big band charts and all your Gordon-Goodwin favorites, it's like having a world-class rhythm section right in your living room.
So sweet. Big Phat Pod listeners can try Make Music for free at makemusic.com/bigphatpod. That's makemusic.com, Big Phat Pod.
All right.
Go do it.
Yep.
It's free, people.
Big Phat Mail.
You heard that jingle, so you know what's up next. Big Phat Mail. Woo! And this one came in a little bit later, so I'm recording from home without Andrew. He's in Finland right now on a gig. Woo! Go, Andrew. So proud of you for that. But I thought I'd jump on here and make a video from my home. It's so great. I have all of Gordon's awards behind me. Woo! I'm so proud of him. Every time I look at them, I'm just in awe of who Gordon is. And proud to stand in front of them. Yeah. And hoping to add to them this year. Woo! So if you're in the Recording Academy, you got to vote, okay? All right. So let me read this lovely email from a Big Phat fan named Sean Adams. Okay, so let me put these glasses on so I can see straight. Don't you love it? Glasses, you can see the ring light. Whatever. Alrighty, so here it goes. Dear Vangie Gunn-Goodwin, my name is Sean Adams Williams from Atlanta, Georgia, currently living in Union City. I really love Gordon Goodwin and the Big Phat Band so much, and I love his arrangements. I remember when I first bought the BPB album, the Fat Pack, 20 years ago. I love it. But in fact, I got a question for you. What's your all-time favorite moment with the Big Phat Band on stage or in the studio? I'm sending my condolences. Love, Sean. P.S. I'm still following you on Facebook. And he does a hashtag that says BPB25, which I think we all should do, right? Especially with the 25th anniversary album coming out in 2.5 weeks. It's blowing my mind right now that on July 31st, it will drop digitally everywhere. Woo! And then vinyl, you guys, we have so much music that we have to do 2 actual records. It's going to be a 2-pack of vinyl with just the most incredible treasure of music that you have heard in a long time. Anyway, so I'm so excited, and I'll keep you guys posted on that from week to week. Okay, so what's my favorite experience with the Phat Band on stage or in the recording studio? Alrighty, so this is a hard one to answer, but the first thing that popped into my head is the Hollywood Bowl. When we did the Blue Note Jazz Festival in 2022, I believe it was. Yes, it was a year after Gordon and I got married. Walking on that stage with the Phat Band was mind-blowing. First of all, just walking on that stage with the history of that stage. I mean, Ella Fitzgerald has stood there. Shaka Khan, my biggest vocal influence, has stood there many, many times. The classical singers. John Williams, come on. Jacob Collier, Take 6. So many people and artists that I love. So to stand on that stage and sing was an honor and a humongous thrill. And here's a kind of a fun thing. So Arsenio Hall was hosting that year, and he and I were vibing backstage. He's super fun and really nice. And so we were getting along great backstage, and then I had to go out. I started with Through the Fire, and then I did Summertime. So when I started Through the Fire, he was just sort of hanging out back there. And then all of a sudden, he was so happy with the way I was singing it that he came out and joined Joey, grabbed a percussion instrument. I forget which one. Joey, tell us in the comments which one he grabbed, if you remember, and started playing. And then afterwards, when I was done, he was like, he was pointing at me, which was pretty fun. I got a great picture with him. I'll post it on the Instagram post with this episode, okay? Honestly, you guys, standing on stage with that band anywhere. I do love the big theaters. So we just did the Jacobs Music Center in San Diego, which was mind-blowingly awesome. The sound was incredible. I loved my mic. I love Catalina Jazz Club. That place is home for us in LA. And we have two huge concerts you have to come to. Fly, Drive, train, whatever you have to do to get to those concerts, because they are the album release concert for 25 years of Phatness. And those are going to be on August 7th and 8th. Hurry, buy your tickets. They are going super fast. And we would love to see you. I'd love to talk to you. Could you come up and just tell me what you're thinking about the podcast, what you'd like to hear, what you'd like to see more of, and tell me your stories about Gordon. We'll film you and put it on the podcast. I would love that. So it's hard to really narrow it down, but I have to say the Hollywood Bowl was just thrilling. And Gordon was a genius on that stage. And we got through a 45-minute set somehow and didn't get on the no spin list. Anyway, look that up. In terms of the studio, another hard one. Recording 25 years of Phatness was pretty special because I was so involved with Gordon in the process and hearing him write the songs, how the songs really came to life, how he decided to add more vocal components. Honestly, you guys, I'm singing on 4 songs on this album. Not lyrics on every song, but I am singing on 4 songs, which is a real honor. That's a first. He usually only had 1 vocal song, including with me on all the past recordings that I've sung on. So this one was pretty special. His piano album, which is going to be released in a year, that just sitting in the studio and watching him and listening to his virtuosity on the piano. A lot of you don't realize the masterful piano playing that he could do. Classically, jazz, pretty much any style, and that album's going to really show it. So hang tight on that. Woo, that's going to be next year. But anyway, this is a hard answer, it's hard for me to make a decision on what my all-time favorite is. Mostly because I just loved everything he did. That was a part of why we were a good match. Truly. I mean, I don't think there was one thing I heard in terms of arrangement and composition that I was like, eh. And I used to tell him that all the time. And he'd go, you're going to find something you don't like. And I never did. Yeah. He was a genius. So Sean, thank you for your question, and I had fun answering that. And everybody, keep sending them in. We need more questions. I'd love to jump on here on every episode. Maybe Andrew will do this in a couple episodes if we get some more questions. You can also send a voicemail, a voice memo, and we will play it on the air. So send them in to bigphatmail, right, at gmail.com. And if I said that wrong, just look in the show notes and we'll have it spelled out properly. All right, have a good one. Stay tuned. We still got a lot of good stuff coming. Have a good day, you guys.
Big Phat Mail.
Next episode of the Big Phat Pod, we're talking track 8, Change is Good.
Ooh, I love this song. I listen to it so much. We're going to dig deep with the singers because this is a big vocal song. And then again, Gordon's very last piano solo we're diving in on. This song is wonderful. You're going to love this episode.
Don't miss it. All right, and that about does it for us today on the Big Phat Pod.
Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe to us wherever you listen to your podcasts at Big Phat Pod. Also, YouTube and Instagram at Big Phat Pod.
Hey, Vangie, where can folks find you online?
You can find me everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube at Vangie Gunn, and that's Gunn with 2 N's.
And for me, it's the same thing, except at Andrew Kesler with 1 S. And until next time,
stay shiny,
stay fat,
and keep moving forward. Bye, guys.
Toodles.
Thanks for listening to the Big Phat Pod.
The Big Phat Pod is brought to you by Good Gun Creative, Inc. Executive producer, Vangie Gunn-Goodwin. Co-host and producer, Andrew Kesler. Senior producer, Cindy Guerin. Editing, mixer, and mixing engineer, David Amaya. Consultants, research, and deep dive in all things Phat Band, Gio Washington Wright and Nick Mondello. Email us at bigphatmail@gmail.com. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Big Phat Pod. Also, follow us on Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, or wherever else you listen to your podcasts. And lastly, subscribe to YouTube at Big Phat Pod to see all of our faces in action. Stay shiny, stay fat, and keep moving forward. You got this, you guys.